guys, it is Tanya, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another speed build. Today I am creating a single mom's home, and it is a cluttered one. This house is on a 30 by 20 lot and comes in at just over 93,000 simoleons, and it's 3 bedrooms, I believe 2 bathrooms, and these kids have their stuff everywhere. You can use your imaginations on how this person became a single mom, but she is raising 3 children, 2 young boys and a toddler girl. And this house, I don't know how she does it. Single moms are like superheroes. Single parents in general are superheroes. And I just, so much respect. And I thought it would be really fun to kind of capture that in The Sims, especially because I really like building cluttered things and decorating in that style. So I thought we would do that, and I got a little bit of inspiration from it from my boyfriend's sister, who is a rock star single mother with 3 children, except it's 2 girls and a young boy. And my goodness, I do not know how people do it. So I have so much respect for any single parents out there. But anyway, this house was so much fun to do. I spent forever on it. I wanted it to look kind of put together and beautiful, like regular suburban home on the outside. It's just kind of tucked away into a neighborhood. You wouldn't suspect anything, and you walk in and it's just like explosion of children's things everywhere. So the kids have their own rooms. Well, the boys share a room, but you know, their stuff has gone throughout the house, like between having to take them to their after school activities, their toys everywhere, and just keeping track of their lives. Their stuff is just absolutely everywhere, and you'll see what I mean when we get inside. But I don't know why I think it's so funny. It's just like the most cluttered build I think I've ever done, other than the time I did a pawn shop. And I spent a long time on this one, and it was a really, really fun one to do. And I also finally got to use these columns that we got with Get Famous. I haven't used them yet, so that was really nice. And then we do end up changing the roof color here momentarily to a slightly darker red, and I really like how that came out. I don't use the red or orangey tone roofs very often. I usually go for like a black or a gray, so that was kind of cool. Another really awesome thing I did in this build, well, first I cut out most of the landscaping, but that's because it's been ages since I've included a floor plan, or me making the floor plan on camera. So I did want to go ahead and include that in this build. Since it's only a 1-story building, I thought, why not include it? And so I did struggle a little bit in the beginning, and I completely scrapped the floor plan and then I started over. So I didn't include the first part, but the final floor plan from start to finish I have included in here, which we should be getting to shortly. And hopefully you guys like that. Let me know if you want me to include more floor plans in the future, or if you're fine with just seeing the finished floor plan in the screenshots, because I'll always include that. But it's one of the things that gets cut first when the builds are really long. Most of the time I don't even record me figuring out the floor plan because it takes a long time, and I don't know how interesting that would be to watch. But please do give me your feedback on that, because I'd like to figure out what you guys would like me to include. And if that's something you really want to see, I can try and do that some more in the future. But we should be getting to that floor plan shortly. We're just adding a couple of details, and here we are sectioning off where the kitchen is going to go, as well as a dining room. When you have the master bedroom up in the front here, a bathroom off to the side as well. And then the larger space in the middle is going to be the living room. And then these are the bedrooms and another bathroom. We're just trying to get them into a cozy little corner so we could have a little hallway over here leading into all of those rooms. And then we're going to be working on the kitchen first, because hello, I'm Tanya and I love kitchens. So here we are in the kitchen. I did end up using these countertops from Parenthood, which are some of my favorite. I do end up switching that fridge out for this one because I really wanted to add some stuff on the fridge, some like kids drawings. I forgot who I saw do that recently, but it was a really cool cute idea, and since I wanted this place to be so cluttered and full of children's stuff, I thought it made sense to have some of their drawings on the fridge. It's so incredibly realistic, so I wanted to make sure that was there. And parts of this house are more cluttered than others, but there's definitely stuff absolutely everywhere, with the exception of the mother's room, which I tried to keep a little bit cleaner and organized because that's kind of her escape from her kids. And I'll explain a little bit more of that as we go. But we used a lot of Parenthood stuff in this build naturally because it has so much kid stuff in it. And I really like that. We also have laundry in this house. And we have a lot of cat statues, but we do not have a cat. The storyline I had in mind is that the kids are begging their mom for a cat, and she's like, no, you're not responsible enough. We don't have time. We don't have the money. All these reasons. And so they have a lot of cat figures throughout the house, but also they have a hamster. I think it was a hamster we got, not a hedgehog. I think it was a hamster. And you'll see me place that down in a little while. So I thought that was kind of a cute idea. They're like, no, we'll just get a hamster. So it was nice to include that. And that'll be in the back hallway. And then we're going to have a desk and homework area here. We have a lot of kids' drawings up above the desk. And then we have, kid explosion stuff everywhere. But we're putting some cereal boxes on top of the fridge and getting some arts and crafts stuff over here. We're going to be adding some bookcases. There's one of the cat statues. I believe there's a few more throughout. And some book bags here. A nice little picture of a sports team and some more books on top of the microwave, some more magazines. It's just, there's a lot of stuff going on. Make sure to add the trash can because that's something I forget a lot. And then these are the drawings that actually come from the debug menu. They're the ones you can draw on the new activity board with seasons. And they're the springtime ones because I felt like they were the most generic ones that could fit for every time of the year because I wasn't trying to decorate for any specific holiday. And so I thought those ones worked the best. And this is the living room. We end up going with 2 love seats in the end, which works out because there's 3 kids and 1 mother, and then there's a chair in the corner. Some of the stuff you're seeing here I might be moved around slightly. I know I had to move that chair, and there's a couple other things I had to squeeze around a little bit because I did play test this house because it is incredibly cluttered, and I knew it was very possible that there would be some routing issues. So I did go ahead and play test it, and the version on the gallery has been fully play tested. It should work fine. But if you do download this house, make sure that you turn on the move objects cheat before placing it because I used a lot of move objects in this build and I don't want things to disappear or drop on you if you do go ahead and download this. And if you would like to download it, it is available if you search Griffy or the hashtag MsGryphi on the Sims 4 gallery. It's most likely called Single Mom Home or whatever the title of this video is, which is probably going to be something along the lines of that. And then this is the entryway table. I added some clutter up here. We end up having some mail, a little basket to throw your keys in. And I have this little cat statue. We end up rearranging the stuff again in a little while because I wanted to add a fishbowl because all the pets they've gone through, I imagine there's no fish in it. I imagine like they, failed at having a fish, but they have a hamster now. Hopefully they don't fail at that because that's sad. And we're adding a yoga book as well because I imagine this mother, like that's her escape. That's how she tries to relax or that's how she wants to relax. She has a yoga mat in her room and she has a yoga magazine, but I feel like she's always so busy and like she reads about all these things she could do with yoga. She buys all the supplies, but she never really finds the time to go ahead and do it, which is really sad, but unfortunately I think a accurate representation of a single mom of 3. Like they have all these ideas of things they can do, but a lot of the time all of their efforts are going for their kids. So I thought that was pretty realistic and it gave the mom some kind of hobbies that I'd like to explore a little bit more. We also added, I can't think of what it's called, but it's essentially an Alexa that I added in the kitchen, of which we got with an update a couple of weeks ago, which is really, really cool. Maybe that's very helpful for making shopping lists for the kids. And then we're adding that hamster back here as well as a place to hang up some coats and a nice plant on the way out. This room's not too cluttered. It's just, kind of full of stuff. Like we have a giant hamster cage in the back hallway and there's bubbles on the table. There's laundry on the table. There's just stuff everywhere. I think you kind of can see that by now with all the things that we have added. Just getting some more stuff on top of the washer and dryer. And we're into the dining room. I added this, what is it called? It's not a cabinet. Like it has a special name. It's like a hutch, like a dining hutch in here full of all of the expensive plates you're not supposed to touch. But I think it's just like more stuff in general because they have so much stuff in this house. And of course, there's school projects throughout the house everywhere because those, of course, have to be on display. And you have to accurately represent everybody, which is mostly just the 2 boys right now because the toddler is maybe in preschool. That's not really a thing in The Sims, but, adding some more debug clutter from our lovely seasons pack over here with the little gnomes on it. I think it's debug. I think that one is. And some postcards over on our corkboard and some toys in the corner and book bags and more toys and just stuff. It just gets thrown in corners, and I just think it's realistic. My house was like this a lot as a kid too, and I had it was me and my sister, just two siblings, like one sibling. I had one sibling. There was two kids, and my house was just stuff everywhere too. So I thought that was pretty realistic. Let me know if your house like had stuff everywhere, or if you had parents that were like, no, you have to keep everything in one area. I'm just curious, like, did you have toys absolutely everywhere? Were they all in your room? Were they all in like a toy room? Did you have a playroom? Because I know everybody had like different situations like that. I've never had a playroom before. My toys are just kind of everywhere, and most of them are in my room, but they were everywhere. This is the main bathroom we have in the house, and the only one I show on camera. I do cut out the other one, which is just a smaller version of this. That's the ensuite for the mom. So it's nothing too crazy. It's very, very similar. I just didn't want this video to be too long, and so we're doing that. We're going to be adding our little laundry basket over here. I did have to go in and move it a little bit to make sure it was functional, but it is perfectly functional now. I don't always play test my builds, but this one was one that I felt like really needed some play testing, so I'm glad I went ahead and did that since there were some issues, but those have been resolved now, and that's it for that bathroom. And now this is the master bedroom. Like I said, I'm not showing the bathroom, but this bedroom is very like blue and calm, and it's just an escape. There's some clutter in here, but not to the extent of the rest of the house, and it's not like toys everywhere. We have like a picture next to the bed that's a photo of the boys' sports team, and then we have like lots of files and stuff on the bookcase or on the dresser over here. And of course you can see there's like pillows and linens and stuff in this room. And yeah, it's very simple and just a little bit of extra clutter. It's obvious she doesn't get a lot of time to spend in here, and that's kind of sad. Like, just always awake, not sleeping too much, but I think it's realistic. And there's her yoga mat on the floor as well that probably doesn't get too much use. But if you play a family similar to this in this house, I'd love you to like get her to use her yoga mat, like actually take up that hobby. I think that would be awesome. I actually really like yoga in the game. It's a really fun skill. I think cooking's my favorite skill, but I really enjoy when my Sims do yoga as well. So maybe I'll have to play with that a little bit more. But this is the boys' room. It's very colorful. It's yellow, green, orange, and blue. And I really liked using this bright yellow wall and the green wallpaper throughout the rest of it. There are throughout the house a couple cracks and scuffs here and there. You might have noticed. I've only added a couple because I don't imagine the house is like old and falling apart. I think it just got damaged from having young children who slam things or throw things or run into things. So I thought that was pretty realistic. So especially in this room, because the bed's probably got like pushed against the wall when you're jumping on the bed or running across the room, or maybe they decided to play baseball in their bedroom because that's a great idea. So I just wanted to include that. They also have a fatback TV and a gaming station, or not station, like a game console, so they can play some video games. Of course, some messy clutter on the floor from Parenthood. I love that object. And some more sports equipment in here, as well as a toy box. I believe we add a lamp over here as well, and then some curtains. I don't think I kept those ones in the end. Which ones did I get? Oh, I got the same ones, but the ones that came with the Toddler update. And I just really like how bright and colorful and cheerful this room is, but also really messy. I feel like it captured the personality of the boys that I imagine living in this room. And then this is the Toddler's girls' room. It's a really weird shape, and I messed around with it forever, but I completely changed the orientation of where things are in this room in a little while. But it does stay very pink, purple, and blue, mostly pink and purple. And I really like it. We don't end up keeping that bed, though. We do switch it out for one of the, I think it's a base game Toddler bed, but it's based off of the kids' room stuff one. Is it base game? I think it is. And so it just changes a little bit, but I think it came out okay. And then we end up making a little changing table over there as well. And I think this is a room that's, none of these rooms are really big, but they're reasonable sizes that I feel like the kids can grow into. The boys can share that room until they move out. This could easily change into a kid's or teenager's room. As long as there's no more children added to this household, this house is perfectly fine. But they are kind of growing out of it. But I mean, it's the best they can fit right now. And I think it's really cute and cozy and cluttered. And I had so much fun building it. And we're just adding some more stuff over by the changing area. I think it looks pretty cute in the end. And we're about to change the orientation of all the items in this room. But we're going to be coming to the end of the video here momentarily. I hope you guys did enjoy this. Like I said, this build will be on the gallery if you'd like to download it. The information for that is in the the description down below. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new here, you can consider subscribing to the channel. And if you click that little bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a video. I'd love to have you guys along. There's gonna be so many more builds to come. Thank you guys so very much for watching. And that's pretty much it. I will see you guys next time. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye, everybody.